Good morning all. We're just flying today, just going through it all, going through all the scores. So we did Splashdown, we did a beautiful campsite in Poole in Dorset as well. It's called the View Campsite. The only thing I will say about this place is that you are on the side of a hill, so most of the pitches are on a slope, but not, nothing that you can't get over. You just put your tent up on the slope and then sleep parallel to the slope rather than down the slope, because we slept down the slope and the boys slept on their bunk beds. But by the end of they were like, come back up. Maxie woke me about midnight and said, "Daddy, can you pull me up the other end of the bed?" I was like, "Yeah, mate, of course I can." Dexy woke up and his head was over the other end of the bed as well. Anyway, so that's again daddy troubles. But lovely place, lovely people. I'm going to write reviews on the two campsites we stayed at because they were superb. They offered us an upgrade. They offered, because the weather wasn't great. They offered us a tent that was already standing, and we could have paid an extra 30 quid for that. So I mean, it would have been something like 50 quid for the night. And I gave the boys a choice. They said no, but I think that was a little pricey for a camp for a night. But anyway, so we stayed there for the night. Put the tent down, wet on the morrow, and then headed off to Trevose. And we stayed at a place called the Farm Campsite, who were unbelievable. Just the place, the whole place. I know, again, it's in my heart. I grew up there. I spent a lot of summers in this area, and it probably was more, more heartfelt, more memory orientated. But when we set the tent up, I'm looking at Trevose Head, I'm looking at the little rocks that just bring back so many memories every time I see a photograph of them or anything like that. And then not only that, they were just fantastic, but at the end of the stay, I'll tell you about the actual stay itself, but at the end of the stay I said, look, can we leave the tent up? Do you mind us doing that, because it's wet and it's raining and the forecast is rain today? They were like, no, just leave it, because we were staying in the village anyway, staying with my uncle and auntie the next couple of nights, and they were like, no, just stay and pick it up whenever you want. Whenever it's dry, you can come pick it up. And I was like, wow, really, really nice. Couldn't do any more for us. And like I say, if you ever get a chance to stay there next year, they're open 28 days of the year at the moment. They're going to try and go for more later on, depending on how the government decide to do whatever they decide to do. So that's called the Trevose Farm Campsite. Really, really good. But the best thing about it, so we set the tent up. We went swimming in the Trevose Club, which was mightily expensive, 30 quid for about 2 hours. But you can pay that £10 at 8 o'clock in the morning and spend all day there. It's just that we got that time later on, and I promised the boys we'd go swimming. And they had a whale of a time there. It's great. It's not lifeguarded, but it's as long as you're vigilant about your children, it's 1.2 meters. It's really, really good fun, but not necessarily good value. And so we went there, and then we went back to the tent and walked down to the beach, which wasn't a beach, it turned out, because the tide was only just turning and it was just going out, but it left a sea pool that you can dive off rocks and all sorts of stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a lovely place to be in the evening. Lots of people down there in the evening. I didn't take photographs of other people because I didn't think it was fair and right and all that sort of caper. It's not the thing I like to do, but it was really good, really, really good, lovely place. The boys had a little scout around in the pools and stuff, and it was a bit slippery as what we've got down here. So the exploring was great, but probably a 10 for the campsite, but a 2 for the slipperiness. Anyway, take care, be strong, look after one another. Cheers.